chaotic scenes here. Pepper spray is being sprayed on women and children. Pepper spray is being sprayed on women and children up here. Pepper spray is being sprayed on people.
We didn't want this. We wanted it peaceful, kept peaceful. We've been here for 116 days, day and night.
So you yourself were pepper sprayed?
Yeah, so...
I take it you were not throwing rocks. You're an elected city councillor.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. I mean, no one has a video of me committing any crime.
Do you think the police will give you a hard time? Do you think the Gardaí will give you a hard time?
To stop the pepper spray, so protect our oils.
Ezra Levant here in a neighborhood in Dublin called Coolock. Standing outside a Burger King, there's lots of kids in there. Behind me, the Leisureplex. As you can see, it's all about family fun. Different ages, they even have a ballroom. You know what I mean? The room of all those little balls where kids go in. There's the Odeon Theater. This is a place for kids and for families. But right across the street there is a abandoned or empty warehouse factory. Used to be a paint company, but the government has decided to put hundreds of migrant men in there. Just men, hundreds of them. I've heard 250, I've heard 500, I've even heard 1,000. And they're just plunking them down in this residential area, an area that's actually low income, where they don't have services enough already. That has led to opposition amongst the locals. And there's no process of objection or consultation. If they were going to build a big apartment block there would be all sorts of hearings and is there enough parking? What does it do for traffic? None of that applies here. The government has announced they are putting hundreds of migrant men here, and the local community can like it or lump it. Well, yesterday things came to a head. There was a protest there, and hundreds of people marched. Some of them got violent. They wore black balaclavas. They hurled bricks. They hurled Molotov cocktails. They torched a police car, torched some machinery. Police responded in kind. 80 riot cops wearing exoskeletons. It was a melee. Well, that is the news that absolutely dominated today. When we landed at the airport in Dublin, we saw 9 newspapers. The front page of each one was about the arrests. It wasn't about the underlying politics or the underlying grievance. It was about the 15 people who were arrested. And in a way, that's a double shame. Of course, violence is not a solution to public policy problems, but it also took all the oxygen and all the attention away from the underlying grievance in the community. Well, this is new. I think this was put up last night after the fiery, riotous protest. Enormous concrete blocks, making it very impassable. You really would have difficulty climbing over those. You wouldn't want to. I mean, that certainly wouldn't be for anyone other than a young athletic person. You wouldn't have the kind of mass protests that 90% of the protesters were yesterday. Obviously, there are people undeterred. I see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 15 people here with Irish flags. You can see they have some signs, concerned parents for Coolock, protect our children. Belina says no, supports Coolock. People honking as they go by. Imagine putting 500 single military-age migrant men there and saying, suck it up. We're the government. We're telling you how it is. Shut up, they explained. Let's go across the street and see if anyone will talk to us. My guess is they hate the media. So yesterday was a big conflagration. We can see some of the charred...
So major. It was a big thing for Coolock, and it's what we've been trying to prevent. We didn't want this. We wanted it peaceful, kept peaceful. We've been here for 116 days, day and night. We've given up so much and sacrificed so much to be here. We tried to find a better way, but unfortunately they didn't listen. The government is letting us down once again. They will not listen to the people. The people do not want this.
They don't know where they're from or who they are, what record, what, like if they're running from crime or not.
So most of them are coming from the UK, is that right?
Well, there's a lot coming from the UK.
Do any come by boat?
To here? Not that I know of. They come across from France to the UK and make their way through England.
Everybody is ignoring us. We've tried to reach out to everybody. We're falling on deaf ears. We're being called uneducated, jobless, you name it. We've been called a far right, racist, bigots. No one is listening to us.
It's a small country. We can't take all these people coming in. We can understand there is people that's coming from war-torn countries, but the majority...
But France and the UK are not war-torn countries.
No, but they're coming to France. You know, some of them are coming to France from war-torn, but others are from Africa and they're just jumping on the bandwagon. They're going to France, getting lorries over to England, or boating over to England, and then coming through here.
Not one local councillor from around here wants to know. They've ignored us and ridiculed us from day one. They don't want to know.
When I think of refugees, I think of women and children. I think of maybe old people or babies. I don't think of military-aged single men.
Any park you see youngsters with the best of runners on the jeans with cans. All youngsters, you know, in their early teens, 1920s. You know, yeah, with their label design clothes and all that.
After the riot last night, riot protest, it was both, these enormous blocks were placed here. I don't know how heavy they are. It wouldn't surprise me if they were a ton or more each. You'd have to be pretty slender to slip through here. I don't know if any person could. You'd have to be pretty ambitious to climb over it. I think it could be done, but it's probably under surveillance by the police. We saw some of the police, or Gardaí as they're called, come over and tell some folks to move cars. It was actually quite a friendly interaction. I think everyone wants to tamp down the energy level since last night. But the irony of putting up a massive Mexico-style wall, a border wall style barrier here, but not at the border. As this one gentleman was saying, a lot of these so-called asylum seekers, they're coming in from the United Kingdom. Remember, if you know your geography, Ireland, it's an island, the northern part is called Northern Ireland, that's actually part of the UK. The full name of the UK is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So Northern Ireland has an international border with the Republic of Ireland. And that's where these migrants cross. Some of them come by plane, it's true. But a lot of them come, make their way to France, go across the channel into the UK, and then make their way from Great Britain over to Northern Ireland, then come down through the land border into Ireland. We went to meet a journalist who was arrested last night. We left this zone because part of his police conditions for release are that he cannot be anywhere near here. While we were meeting with him, we heard that this gathering here had increased, so we've come straight back. It looks like, just a quick estimate, that there's approximately 100 Irish who have gathered here. You can see up there a police helicopter surveilling the area. Down the road we saw 4 police vans, probably with exoskeleton-wearing SWAT-style riot police on standby. Of course, nothing is actually going on other than people sitting and standing and talking. We heard earlier that there might be some tough kids around here who maybe don't like the cops at the best of times, see the community is being pushed around by politicians and wanted to throw a rock or two.
These people are here, as they said themselves, they're here to protect our communities. That's what they're about, to protect our communities.
Why are you hiding your face, can I ask?
Because the police are investigating people protesting.
With them coming here with no documents, we don't know what kind of criminal background they have, and believe me, they have criminal backgrounds because they're coming here straight away and doing criminal activities.
So you yourself were pepper sprayed?
Yeah, so...
I take it you were not throwing rocks. You're an elected city councillor.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. I mean, no one has a video of me committing any crime. All I did was walk past. So we were blocked off on multiple locations, so I had to walk past a line of Garda, and I seen someone in front of me get pepper sprayed for no reason whatsoever, and all I said was, what you did was wrong, and I was told to f*** off.
Yes, I'm not sure if you could see it, but some of the young lads who are here are wearing plastic masks that were probably created to fight against the COVID virus years ago. Tonight they have a different purpose, and that is to deflect pepper spray. It's not just the young masked lads putting on the pepper spray visors. I see they're handing them out en masse. I don't know if that's serious. I don't know if they really are ready to stand against police pepper spray. Maybe it's a symbol of unity, maybe it's a symbol of defiance, but the thought of middle-aged, middle-class people putting on pepper spray masks, I don't think they're going to do much good. By the way, why, at the end of the day, is Ireland choosing to go down this path?
Well, Ireland is not choosing. The government are pushing this.
Why?
Well, they obviously have an agenda. Well, for the European Union, the WHO, they obviously work for other people. They're certainly not working for us.
They have the funds to do all these buildings up all over the country and bring in thousands and thousands of people from other countries.
Right.
And their own people are left to die. That's what's happening.
Do you think the police will give you a hard time? Do you think the Gardaí will give you a hard time?
It's madness, and it feels like this is the fall of a republic. It feels like this is the fall of our culture and our civilization, and people can feel it. People can see it. I see it. I'm in politics now. I'm an engineer. I didn't want to do politics. I don't like politics. I don't want to be a politician. But I'm doing this because I see bad things happen in the future if no one takes a stand against this.
Obviously, arson is a crime, and so is throwing bricks and incendiary devices, and I suppose from that point of view the police had no choice whatsoever but to deploy to stop the arson in the migrant center, and I don't think police can abide people throwing rocks. Ireland seems absolutely dead set in hurtling forward in its mass immigration policy. I'm actually astonished by it. Tomorrow we're going to do something a little bit different. If our plans maintain, we're going to go to a very small village about 2 hours from here in the county of Tipperary, a village of 175 people, where they're going to bring 280 migrants. Do the math there. They're going to more than double the size of the village with foreigners, almost all of them men, who they're going to absolutely transform and destroy the village in the name of what? It's going to be a crazy day. It won't be a day with a lot of people like this. There's more people here than live in the entire village we propose to go to. This is a crazy place, and I don't understand the basic question, why? Maybe we'll get some answers.